Alright, we are now live. Hello, hello everybody. Um, this is gonna be a fucking game. I don't even know what to say. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know either. We're gonna watch some Dota.
we certainly are. We're gonna find
That's
out what, you know, I know some things because I stood in for, Savage Saints, but this was not the team I was originally going to cast. So I'm unprepared.
what team? Where are you gonna cast actually?
Savage Spirits, the team, in Conquer, but it would appear that the game is now underway. Let's see what they ban. Let's see something.
Yeah, I'm always curious with these amateur leagues whether people ban the meta heroes, like Underlord for example, or if they ban comfort heroes.
I
I
I
definitely think there's a mix.
I would be shocked if we didn't see at least a Medusa or a PL ban here. I feel like both of those heroes are very heavy stompers.
I mean, the first phase PL, you could probably counter a lot easier than the Medusa, I will say.
In the right hands, it can still be scary. That Dark Willow ban came out for a revamp.
Yeah, that is definitely
So
not a meta hero right now.
they're two different spears happening.
Definitely two different trains of thought. Now, do you think both teams are gonna should ban Medusa, or is it just one or the other?
It's gonna come down to one or the other. Because if Saints doesn't ban it here, they're probably gonna pick it up.
Well, it's a Riki ban. I I guess it could be flexible. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, these are not what I was expecting at all.
So the Clinks banned is because Riley has been playing Clinks 4, which is a meta pick right now. Clinks 4 is actually fucking disgusting.
It's like what, Phylactery Solar Crest or something like that?
I don't know. I've never played it, but I know Riley has, and when he's played
It
it, we've won.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's the Phylactery. You tar bomb the person and they can't escape it.
It's explosive.
It
So
is.
they've done their research, which I wish I have.
Yeah, I also did absolutely no research. So we're kind of going in here really blind, which is what you would expect from people with really high production value.
Of course, dude. Look at we have a TV. We have a
We do
little.
have a TV.
It's fucking crazy. Bounty Hunter. That's a good first pick.
Yeah, I really like this pick.
Revamp has been playing a lot of Bounty Hunter too, and that is
This is
something you can toss around with Riley.
okay. I am not a big fan of the IO. I did talk about this with you in private, but I feel like the hero just doesn't add anything. But the Bara does. So I think the pause fours in this meta are like the most important position. And Bounty Hunter does a really good job of taking a lot of that space and playing around the map. And the Bara does too. So I would say these are two really strong supports to start off with. But I generally discourage teams from picking both supports in the first phase because your cores are gonna struggle later on. They're just gonna get cornered a little bit. You
Yeah,
do want to have a little bit of you do want to help them out with the support in the lane.
I'm not
And
sure
at the,
how you see a Bounty Hunter and pick an IO into it.
uh yeah, that's really bizarre. I just don't know what the IO offers right now. Like maybe if you have somebody that's really comfortable on the hero, but it just doesn't do any damage, and the only thing it offers is sustain, but it's just gonna get jumped on. And this Void
Ah,
Spirit's a
Jesus.
really good pick for it. Savage Saints. Oh my gosh.
How to make a support pick useless in two heroes.
That's true. Void doesn't even really care about Spirit Breaker at all. You could just assimilate or taunt the Bara as he's charging. You can jump the IO whenever you want. You're gonna have vision from Bounty Hunter, sorry.
So I guess the question becomes, what do you ban to save this draft? Because if that's a
Hmm.
4 Bara and not like a
Uh
3 or something, I mean,
are Savage Saints the ones with the PL player?
um,
There is a PL player in this
I
in this game.
I believe they both have PL players.
Because I feel like PL could offer some value to dually truck diesel drinkers right now. So it would be in my best interest to sort of subtly ban around that hero. He's really good against Bounty Hunter and he drains all of Void's mana. So that could be the solution, but it's not a good IO tether target is the only issue. So maybe you play the IO 4 and then Bara 3 and then you wait to pick your 5. Maybe you pick like a Lich or something that like you just shell the Bara as he charges in, for example.
Well, they just banned out the Lich.
Well then never mind. I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah,
Oh, I guess maybe Lich is pretty good against IO, I will say.
Lich Doom. So they're planning for like,
They could also have picked the Doom and gone Doom IO in the lane, maybe. And then you just Doom Void Spirit every fight.
I wonder if they want a physical carry, because I feel like a PA Troll Spectre pick is coming on. I'm not certain
I mean, if they
about
pick
PL.
Spectre, if they pick Spectre, they lose.
Oh, without a doubt.
So
But you're banning Lich Doom. You want something big. You don't
yeah,
want.
maybe like Faceless Void.
Oh, there's the Medusa ban.
Yeah,
So this could be a PL pick actually right now, because they've done half the work of. That's not. All right.
I feel like Rubik just gets jumped by the Void. Also, like IO plus Rubik just died a Bounty Void running at them.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. At least the Lich can like fear the Void Spirit and like frost shield himself, but I just think the Rubik might be a little too greedy right now.
So then that would so that's Rubik 4. Actually, no, that might be a Rubik 5.
I mean, it could be like a, it could be Bara 3 IO. It's probably Bara offlane.
Well, at this point, it has
Like,
to be.
or you could run it mid. I've seen that before, but Disruptor is classic anti-Bara, also classic anti-IO. You get easy two-man ults, and you just always relocate the Bara if he ever charges into fights. So that's a good pick. Yeah, I don't know, man. And the bounty hunter vision with track, Disruptor loves also. I think Savage Saints just need to pick up something else that lets them really fight early. Like probably an offlaner that. Oh, they
Oh,
pick up
there's
the PL.
PL. Yep.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good here.
Yeah, one side's game just got a lot harder.
Yeah. I mean like uh I'm like going into panic mode right now for Dually. I'm thinking like maybe Ember Spirit. Uh,
I mean,
um,
what does Savage Saints lack right now that you could actually take advantage of? They have reinitiation. They have initiation.
they don't have tower damage. Kind of the big thing they're missing right now is a way to push objectives. Like PL can walk up and hit the tower, but that's a little dangerous early on, like pre 40 minutes. So, like, maybe you just, like,
They have nothing to really punish him from walking up, though.
yeah, maybe you think of something to protect high ground for a little bit. But, like, you can't, like, I don't know, man. Maybe you try to get some follow-up for the Bara charge.
Queen of Pain's good. I think that's a good pick. Her Ags is fucking insane.
Her eggs is very good. It does follow up the bar on the charge. So they have that. I mean, it's burst if you want to get on top of the disruptor, I guess, but if it's good, definitely right now these both of these teams want to run at each other. And so the first team that picks a hero that wants to be ran at, I think is probably going to win the draft.
Oh, without a doubt.
Monkey King ban is clever, but I don't think it would have been my first choice. Like you want to protect the PL as much as possible. So I'm still thinking of like Ember Spirit carry, for example, is a good way of dealing with it.
I don't know about Slardar ban. I don't know if he's the worst thing that can happen to your team right now, all
I
things
don't know.
considered.
I think the only carry that Dooley could pick right now that I think would make complete sense is Sven.
Yeah.
But oh, it's still on the table. They actually banned the Ursa instead. Sven plus Io is just like omega damage whenever he uses God Strength, so that could be the option. But which would explain the Slardar ban. Sven hates landing against that hero.
I mean, in before they take it, they take it
That's
off
true.
lane to steal a pick.
I feel like that'd be a waste.
Oh, it definitely would be, but it's one final fuck you on top of their draft that
That's true.
says it enough.
I think a big offlaner that Savage Saints could still pick up is probably Death Prophet. Gives you tower push. You want to get ran at on the hero. You have a silence for Quap, Spirit Breaker, Rubik, Io.
Yeah, they banned the Necrophos, but
Yeah, I just don't think. I think I was thinking of Necro, but I just don't think it has the same kind of presence that a Quap has in a fight.
no, it also doesn't have the same amount of sustain that a Death
No.
Prophet would. Because I think that's what they need. They just need something to sustain.
Yeah.
Ooh, Darkseer is kind of cool.
Uh.
I mean, if they pick the Sven, they're gonna get hurt a lot.
Yeah. The only other hero I could think of right now is maybe Drow Ranger, but then you have absolutely no front line. But the Drow plus Eggs plus Mjolnir tears PL apart, and the Gust Silence on Void Spirit is really strong. That's like the only thing in my mind that I can think of. Oh, they do go with Sven.
Worth trying. It's right in their face. They might as well pick it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way you pick the the Darkseer without knowing that they're gonna pick a Sven, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why they banned the Ursa. I don't think Ursa would have given them the same opportunities to win as Sven did, but maybe they wanted to bait the Sven pick. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Savage Saints have a really, really fundamentally good draft.
Not many flaws in it. It's very hard to actually. I think it's going to be hard to get on top of them.
Yeah, I think the only question that I have for dually truck diesel drinkers, I'm just gonna call them, uh, I don't know, DT.
DTDD.
Yeah, is this IO pick. That's like my only question mark. If the IO can live and not feed relentlessly this game and actually keep the Bara alive, then they might have a good chance.
I
Or
think
keep this Fen alive even.
they just got too ahead of themselves in the drafting phase. They were looking at things that they wanted, but they just couldn't get them, and they got very overzealous about what they could and couldn't have.
Well, clearly good draft was one of the things they couldn't have this game. Holy. I'm just gonna throw it out there, man. I am not a fan.
So I can't tell if I'm bugged, but are you still on the? Oh nope, there we
Oh,
go.
we were waiting for a very long time on that. Absolutely.
Beautiful. Let the games begin, my friends.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm ready for an absolute storm of a game.
All right, get ready.
What are we, a pro team or something?
And I did forget to ask if you normally shoutcast or color commentate.
Uh, I do that second thing that you just said.
Okay, yeah. All right. The second thing I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm awake and that I'm a good caster?
Yeah, you're definitely awake. You definitely weren't sleeping.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I better be impressed by this IO, that's all I'm saying. There's a lot riding on his back. But you know what? I'm not a doubter, I'm a believer.
All right, everybody, 30 seconds.
Pretty normal draft though, all things considered. For both teams. I don't think there's any glaring issues. Yep, like tower push with I guess maybe tower push is the only thing you don't have with Radiant. So I'm don't know how Savage Spirits actually push
And if you don't, just head toward the sound of smashing
towers besides hitting them with the PL, but that's not going to be for a while.
Definitely not.
But do you know how this mid matchup go? The Void Spirit and the Quap?
Not to brag or anything, but I just so happen to be a level 20 quap. And, I would fucking hate myself if I was a quap into a Void Spirit, I'm not gonna lie. The early lane really sucks. As soon as you hit about 4 or 5, it becomes very miserable for the quap. And that's kind of if they don't take a death off you once or twice through a gank. So the first few minutes here are going to be very deciding on how this lane is going to go and who's going to come out from it.
I did bring the creep wave around so he could secure a couple last hits, but I mean, it just spamming Shadow Strike might not be enough.
No, this is not a lane that you taking some damage there. It is definitely not a Shadow Strike lane. You want to maxi and just ride it.
Yeah. But this Darkseer is probably gonna pose a lot of problems for Sven. Even though you have the IO with him, it's just gonna be a lot of damage over time. I feel like level 2 Ion Shell, and then the Sven actually can't go for last hits. It wouldn't surprise me if the Sven literally maxed Great Cleave and then just nuked the wave just hit the wave every time and then went to jungle.
Yeah. He...
First blood.
Oh,
Let it be you.
First
Oh.
blood.
casters.
What is this?
We definitely saw that.
Yep.
Tested.
I was
Yep.
here.
Yep. Looks like he got charged and blood grenaded,
I mean,
which would kill a disruptor.
what do you mean? Looked like that did happen.
It did happen.
We watched it.
Yes. Yes. The fight recap definitely shows what happened.
You gotta be careful. I feel like half of these sponsors are gonna be fucking, fucking ticketed.
You think so?
I don't know. Bush did 9/11. Epstein got whacked. Very funny, but I don't know how long they're gonna last for.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like there might be some ethical concerns
Wow.
with some of these sponsors. I wonder what company Bush did 9/11 is. I haven't heard of them before.
No, and you won't again.
Alright, well. It is, I guess this is kind of the big thing you can punish, is that Disruptor PL are not very strong laners. You can pretty easily just harass PL out of lane and kill Disruptor if he gets caught out of position.
Yeah, the position's a little wonky. They're not really getting aggroed a lot more than they should be, I feel like.
Yeah. PL is top CS though, which is
That should help.
not what you want to see on Savage Spirits. Actually, probably the last thing you want to see. And there's a really big difference right now between how this off lane is going for both sides.
Yeah. And all three quarters are in the 20s now for last hits.
Yeah,
And
that's
you know, DTDD is lagging behind.
it's always more important to get CS in lane than it is to get kills. I mean, obviously everything within there's obviously exceptions to that, but the farm definitely does favor the team that stays in lane and last hits in the long term. So
Especially across the fucking endless XP changes, across how the lanes are set up now.
yeah, I don't pay attention to that. All I know is hit creeps.
And that's all you should be doing.
Hit creeps. Get CS. I'm just not. I don't know why you would pick Sven into a Dark Seer Bounty Hunter lane.
I don't
You
think
knew
they had a
that-
choice.
I mean, you knew that was the lane.
Well, because what it comes down to is you either pick the Ember and have a sustainable safe lane, but you lose to PL later, or you pick Sven, lose the early game, and hopefully win late.
Yeah, I don't know if either one of those are good choices though. Oh my goodness! And then they secured the rune mid too.
And looks like a gank's gonna come in. What I
I
said
don't
might
think
become
it's
to fruition. She has no fucking mana either.
I don't think it's a gank. I think they were just getting runes. But I mean, yeah, she does have no mana. Probably needs a bottle refill. You know, the first time a mid asked for a bottle refill, I was playing support, and I TP'd from bottom to mid. They gave me the bottle, and then I left. And I didn't know what I was doing. Well, it turns out you actually need to come from fountain, because they want the fountain regen. I didn't know that.
Yep. Fun fact, I didn't know anything about that until 82L.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of crazy. Competitive Dota makes you a better player. There's a 3-man rotation though. Onto bottom Spirit Breaker is gonna
Wow.
get caught.
I wish I was seeing it right now.
Yeah, if only. He's
Oh,
completely fine though. Oh my gosh.
yeah. Keep going. I
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
jump back into the
yeah.
game.
Oh, I accidentally hit yes on that when it asked me to watch the game you were watching.
Yeah, I got disconnected.
Yeah, I see that. All right. Woo. Wow.
Well, Io's
What a
stealing the uh fucking wisdom room. They're just
Oh,
letting him
that's
have it.
Pog. That's some Pog stuff right there. Now there is going to be a church bottom. They get but the
Well,
glib back to the fountain. Oh,
was a charge happening.
oh, the glimpse is too cruel. There was a charge, and then there wasn't. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, all right. So far, the landing stage has not been completely horrible for. Oh, he got glimpsed back again, but it was to the tower. Okay. Landing stage hasn't gone horribly for DTDD. That's a positive.
Yeah.
Fens jungling.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Yes, he's maxing out. He's maxing out Great Cleave. He's just gonna keep going back and forth between the lane and the creep wave. Doesn't have to fight Darkseer at all. Just gonna farm. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, they might get a kill
A bottom.
on Io here.
Yeah, they are. The charge is gonna come through the IO, getting really low. They do get the damage though, but the Quapo 1-3 finds what he needs. But do they have the vision for the bounty hunter? I don't think so. He is invis right now with the Shadow Walk. They're trying to find PL though. Positron's a little bit out of position. Doesn't like look, another 5 seconds. No vision though. He's dancing. He's swerving. He's got doppel up.
Just like Epstein, he found himself alone in a prison cell.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that's definitely a statement that happened.
Topical.
Yeah, very topical. Void Spirit is going in. They're trying to find another one. The glimpse back onto the Rubik. Shadow French will die. Zyle is gonna wonder what Bush is doing right now as he's wailing down a snowstorm. Now a chicken Polo comes back again. This time he brought detection, so Revamp is gonna be a little bit of trouble. He just blink forward onto Crop. They do find the kill, and now Snowstorm is in a little bit of trouble. He does have some mana. He dissimulates away, tries to get out of the PL, calmly TP's back into hit creeps and act like nothing ever happened.
That is the right move to make, I think. Yeah, Darkseer's
And
just...
so far,
Oh! Oh no! Oh, that's
oh,
so unfortunate. Well, Sven has no TP.
yeah, I don't think you do anything with that though.
No, you can't.
And of course,
it's a reminder.
it is. And of course, the game has devolved into the classic aggressive tri-lane against defensive tri-lane.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is
Level 6 on all 3 of the heroes down here, and they do find the bounty hunter. Actually, they have a dust. They're gonna find him. The charge is gonna come through. The glimpse back
Oh, he is.
will probably not keep him alive though. Kyle, oh, the stick. He doesn't want to commit the nether strike. It looks like that might have been a mistake. Snowstorm comes in. Now, out of the back line, Rubik has to get out of there, and now Chicken-Pole is the one caught out of position. He does have a tether target, but he tethers right to Zyle. The wall vacuum combo is going to miss a little bit, and the glimpse back onto the Rubik. They're going to find another one. The ultimate does come out for the Spirit Breaker. He's going to get killed eventually. The Bounty Hunter will, and of course Zyle now. Next one maybe to go down. He does have his charge, though. He will get out. There is no gloves available for that one. So that's a 2-for-1 and a tower.
is getting torn down. Probably asbestos.
That's pretty even.
Yeah, I would say that evens out. I mean, they're gonna get mid now too, I think.
Hanging on by a brick.
And they're putting pressure top as well. I mean, you rotated Darkseer. He didn't quite land the vacuum wall combo, but now you're letting Sven farm. PL disconnects out of rage.
Pause? Mods? Reason?
Uh, internet issue. Do you have to state a reason?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. And they have to wait, don't they, for a
Yeah.
certain number of time? Yeah. This game is going a lot better for DTDD than I thought, man. I gotta give them props. I was definitely doubting, but Sven coming out of lane with top net worth is definitely a commendable achievement, especially against a bounty hunter Darkseer lane.
Yeah, I think that just PL should have left sooner and shouldn't have tried to commit to fights, because it really set him behind a lot more than he should have.
Yeah. I feel like with Darkseer, you just double Ion Shell the wave and Sven can't hit it. So, probably a missed opportunity there. He was going to try to go for the Wisdom Rune. I guess Io didn't tell him. He didn't know.
Forgetting the timing a little bit, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. That's just a little bit of a misplace. Nothing too insane. Now, what I will say is the ward. Oh, the ward vision from Dire is a lot better than Radiant. They're protecting their mid. They're protecting bottom. Seems like Savage Saints do need to focus a little bit more on that actual supporting and the macro aspect of their game right now, but that's something that could be fixed moving forward, so not too big of a deal, but something to be mentioned for sure.
If you're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat.
They actually use God Strength mid.
There might be a fight happening here in a second.
There's going to be a fight, and they do get the Static Storm onto Sven only, though. The Quap did walk back in, and I'm pretty sure the Sven is going to die. The wall does hit onto one. They do end up getting the Disruptor, but I feel like that's not enough investment. Shadow French is going to TP in, get a one-man lift, and Xyle, this Spirit Breaker, charging through, but he's going to get forced all the way back. The IO Tether is there. Shadow French a little bit in the front line. Elusive will be elusive, as his name suggesting, blank out, but Xyle, again, getting ran up by Snowstorm with that DD rune. Snowstorm might be the one falling, though, and he does. This Rubik, with his Fade Bolt, keeps doing this Steph Curry 3-point fadeaway. Savage Spirits running super low on health and getting completely annihilated by this Rubik and these plays.
This is kind of the thing, though, right? Where they have the IO, and like they're barely coming out of these fights alive, but the sustain still isn't there. The IO is not able to really participate in these fights. It's either IO shows up and, I mean, does IO things where they sit in the back line and get assists, or they die. I mean,
Yeah, and I mean,
it's gonna be, yeah, 14-minute mech. Not bad, but could have just played, you know, anyone else.
that's true. You could have played any other hero, like an Oracle or a Warlock. Probably had. I feel like Oracle would have even stopped the Darkseer pick from even happening, right?
Definitely.
Something to consider also. You know, you have a couple other options. They up to go up the IO. You can't really change the draft during the game, but don't know what the IO has done so far. We'll see
Well, Odin,
if it can contribute in the mid game with this mech.
uncomparably, Odin just got Pipe of Insight 15 minutes later. You know, and a Crimson Guard to follow eventually, I'm sure.
Or you could even disassemble the Vanguard into Octarine Core.
Don't look now, but
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
But one of those two for sure. And I mean, that has to be really careful because the longer this game goes, the vacuum wall combo is going to hurt him even more. That Sven Illusion will and can kill everybody on his team.
Oh yeah.
So he's got to
Kind of funny.
be careful for that.
You can Tell Dyer's middle tower
Oh,
is in trouble.
Quap is falling.
Yeah, there is a Quap is dying to this 4-man rotation. However, bottom they're getting a tier 2 tower. They're chipping it down to half HP. Looks like they're trading the tower mid. TPs are gonna come out though.
No ulti on the Ruptor, but
No, you don't have Glimpse either. You used it a little too early. But yeah, now they're collapsing. Revamp is going to be there going right onto the IO. He just popped the mech though, and the bar does get away. Rubik will leave, and IO is the only one to fall. But in the end, they did lose their mid and their mid tower and their support for just a little bit of damage on this bottom tower. I mean, a lot of damage. Sorry, he's clinging on to life.
here's what it's coming into, right? Where DTDD doesn't have the same initiation power, where they can't respond quite as easily to these threats, and when they can't do that, I mean, the PL's still farming.
The vacuum wall into 4
Holy.
with the ultimate following from Elusive. The Odin is so tanky. He's gonna be completely fine. Void Spirit is gonna jump in though. I mean, that's a really beautiful wall. You can't really fight into that if you're DTDD. You gotta be really careful. That Sven Illusion was completely destroying Elusive and French, and now there's gonna be a re-engagement. They do find Chicken Polo once again. He's gonna end up going down. Kyle trying to take down Snowstorm, but he's gonna be the one probably to die here as they dive the tier 2s. Going to Pain also gets ulted and stunned up. Now they're gonna find Snowstorm. The turnaround is gonna be available. They do get the Bounty Hunter with the dust, but the glimpse onto the Sven. He can't do anything to assimilate from the Shadow French. He does have a Ion Shell on him. He might get revamp. He might not. Probably won't. The speed is gonna be there. He has one Fade Bolt, but he turns away. Doesn't have the damage, and now Positron goes up. And these fights are looking way too good for Savage Saints.
Yeah, that Sven just needs to keep hitting creeps. He needs Blink, he needs BKB, he needs damage before he actually becomes a threat. Because he's gonna get kited until he has all of those items.
Yeah, and I mean, like, they never committed onto him. They didn't have to. They just, like, let him sit around with God Strength. And, yeah, it's, just feels like they charge somebody on the Bara, and it's just, there's no follow-up. Like, Quap goes in with an ult, and then if nobody dies, then nobody dies. So, I mean, they did go on Odin to start that fight, but he has Pipe and Crimson, like,
Yeah, he does not care.
he's a tanky boy.
And a Blink, 500 gold off.
Does he even need it with the combos he's pulling out this game? I don't know, dude.
I think one mean vacuum into a Disruptor ult is gonna be game deciding.
Revamp does die top because he's doing bounty under things, but
Dyer's middle tower has taken one hell of a beating.
that's to be expected.
Space created.
That's true. Elusive and Snowstorm having a tussle. Elusive does blink forward, but there is an invis on the Void Spirit, so I think he's actually looking. The glimpse back. Okay, this is a nothing burger.
Yeah, no. As far as we can see, Sven is still farming, PL still farming.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoke.
Now the PL did go Sanj and Yasha.
That's a choice.
It's what? Sorry.
It's a choice, for sure.
I mean, if you planned on disassembling it from Manta Heaven's Bird, I understand the decision. That's something I do actually, but I exclusively do it against like ranged carries like Medusa and Drow Ranger. But against a Sven, it feels worse, and there's no like. I guess maybe you could use the status resistance for like Spirit Breaker charging through your illusions and stuff. But I don't think you care.
Yeah, no.
he's also not fighting with his team, so it doesn't like. You could just definitely be a little bit greedier with your items, I think.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick.
Just go Yasha Heart. You don't even need the Sanj component. But hey, what do I know?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure you know something.
Well, yeah. So what's DTDD's game plan coming into this? Because they have obviously taken a seat like a seat back from this game a little bit. They've kind of lost some of their gas.
I'm not really sure how you proceed and actually bring the game back. The gold lead isn't necessarily what matters. I think it's gonna be a problem because they're gonna collapse onto DTDD here.
Yeah, they are, and there's going to be the two-man vacuum wall combo. Odin in with the ult. He does have BKB though. Does end up killing Odin, and now Revamp is going to be the second one in trouble. But the Sven with this BKB and his ult, Gust Strike, the IO is trying to keep him alive, tethering onto him. And the Quap though, the PL might actually be in a little bit of trouble. Does doppel away. Now Snowstorm is going to be the target for this one. He is trying to juke through the trees, can't quite seem to find his way out, but they do see him and they blink onto him again. He does have an ultimate charge available to him if he wants to use it. He does go down. They will see him still. He's got cooldowns. The blink forward also, they see him. He has a top, but nope, the Fade Bolt ends up getting the kill. And this BKB on the Sven coming in clutch at the almost basically perfect time. Oh, the Rubik also going forward. They have to charge out of the PL so they know who the real one is. Even when he tries to make a doppel escape. They try to doppel. The Glimpse is going to be out of the Sven. The Rubik trying to find him, but they might have overstayed their welcome. I don't know. The charge coming through. And the IO as well. They pump the ult onto the PL. Is he going to die? No, he doppels. They have no idea which one the real one is. No, Odin is going to be the one in trouble in the back. They're trying to find him the charge out onto the Phantomancer as well. They get the one more hit, 40 HP, doppels away. He's got to get out, and now the IO is going to die. They try to TP with the bar up, but he gets glimpsed. He's going to be completely okay. They are going to try to take the tower, but I don't think that was worth the endeavor. You had a perfectly fine fight. Oh no. And now Snowstorm, he's angered. He wants revenge on this Rubik. He's going to use one charge of his ult. A second one, he's going to go down.
Yeah,
And they took a completely fine fight into an overextension.
I mean, you hang on to the tier 2. They lose 3. What? I don't know what was worth it out of that fight.
Because the fight ends like when you kill the Void, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So then at that point you're just trying to the gloves back onto the Quap with the ult. He's gonna get chased down, right click, Pseudostorm is gonna be there. They're gonna find the kill onto Elusive and the taunt as well on the Spirit Breaker just to make sure they get out safely. There's just clean pick off from
Man, Radiant does not like that.
Savage Saints.
It shows.
It was looking tough. But this PL did get really low.
Yeah, but we're coming on hard territory, and it's only going to get harder and harder.
Don't you mean harder and harder?
Huh?
I'll see myself out.
No.
Yeah. I'm proud of myself for that one.
Me personally, I would not be. No offense.
Only
but
the best.
You're in the vicinity of Dire's tower.
Only the best.
That baby is coming down.
What end does Sven have on the courier? Blink? Okay, so Blink's Sven has hit his timing.
Dire's top tower is really
He's paying it out. He wants to fight. There's a charge coming through. They get the ultimate off on the Sven. He's on the back. He finds the Phantom Lancer, but but the Glimpse is going to be there. He doesn't even use BKB to try to stop it. The ult onto 3, though, and now he's in the back. Still has BKB. He is tracked. They're going to charge onto Revamp. He's the one they want. Sven does pop BKB now. Bounty will die, and now Positron. He's in the back line. He's trying to find everything. Snowstorm is the one in trouble, though, and they get the ultimate out onto the Elusive. He's going to probably fall here as this PL is just wailing on whoever he wants. There's no way to stop him. Odin is available for this fight also. The charge trying to create some separation, but now Sven doesn't even have his ultimate available anymore, and he has no mana. He has no way out. He gets cliffed. He does walk down the cliff, though, and he does get relocated out, and Zyle is the one that has to try to escape. 3 seconds left on his charge. He tries to TP at the very last second there, but he does get pulled back into reality. Oop, there went gravity, and now Io, again, gonna die once more. That's a 4 for 1.
The
or
wind
4
is
for
blowing
nothing,
too
sorry.
hard.
Yeah, that's,
I mean, how do you catch any of the... BKB is not enough.
no. I mean, Sven was trying to hit the PL the whole time, but he's got a heart, man. He's got heart. He's got Sanj.
Got that
He's
dog
getting
in him.
82 health regen. And probably even more if he switches to strength treads if he wants to, but
I mean, even
holy
when
mackerel.
Sven was smacking him with God Strength and it did nothing.
yeah, no, it didn't do anything. He kind of needs a crit stick. Oh! That was a good blink. I think if Sven gets a Daedalus, maybe they have a chance. But I don't know how. I just don't know how you like stay on Savage Saints. These ults have basically always been put on this Quap, and I feel like Quap without having a PKB is griefing a little bit. Not his team, himself.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like, you've been ulted every fight. I feel like that should be enough to get a BKB. But
Or like a Yule's or something, just to extend the time that, like, you're
Yeah.
not sitting in it. Because eventually this Disruptor is going to get an Ags, and your game is going to become a lot harder.
Hope Dyer's middle tower is insured. That thing is standing on its last brick.
I just don't know how you kill this PL at this point. I mean, he's going Basher next. That's... I would probably just go Scotty. Or even
Oh,
Eggs.
the Quap falling again.
Oh my goodness. The mech, though, the IO saves him with the reload. They might come back. They do have... Oh, they didn't charge. Okay, so IO's dead again. Rest in peace, IO.
No, they're looking to go in.
Yeah, they are. Snowstorm actually caught them.
They're meeting them
Snowstorm
halfway.
is completely fine. He's going in. The ult onto 2. Snowstorm might be the one falling. He does have only 1 charge left. Oh, the Sven Cleaves are massive, but he doesn't have the follow-up. Can they even get there? Yes, they can. Now he's going to turn out onto Odin. This Sven
still-
trying his hardest to fight, but he's getting absolutely kited. He will end up falling in the PL on the backline. This is going to kill 1. And now the Spirit Breaker is going to try to get away, but he can't. The Glimpse is going to be there, the vacuum, to finish him off. And Elusive is farming creeps and watching his team die around him.
He's so close to this. They didn't need to take that fight.
Forget I said that. Their bottom tower is in trouble.
I feel like you just let your IO die.
Yeah.
Let your IO die, lose the tier 2 tower,
Not like Dyer's bottom
defend high ground.
shows.
Ags is important, but it's not worth 4 deaths.
Dyer's
It is
top
just
No.
not.
went brick belly up.
And you still need a BKB. Like, if this Sanj and Kaya was a BKB instead, I'm not even kidding, like literally first item BKB, this Quap would have had the opportunity to get this Aghanim's timing a little bit sooner if that was the build they were going for.
For that 4,000 gold, if she spent the money she spent on Kaya and Sanj on the Aghanims itself, these teams, the team fights would have been swung a lot earlier.
Yeah. Just, I think correct itemization overall, but the path to get there is incorrect. I think that's maybe even sometimes more important than itemization itself. in certain games, because now you might not even have the ability to come back. It might be too late. I mean, it's a 94% chance of victory for Saints, so
And it's showing. It's shown on every level, whether it's gold, experience.
mental and physical.
Subjectively.
The snowstorm is caught out a little bit too deep, though. Rubik will die, but the Odin does get pulled back in. The ultimate God Strength is going to come out, but the Vacuum Wall is going to be there. A perfect Vacuum Wall. Odin has one hit left in him. He's going to be ulted and get killed. Revamp now he is going to be the one in trouble. The PL does finally show up. The dodge from the Sven stun. They're trying to find Revamp. They do find him because they have the vision. And now Positron is literally just going in because who's going to stop him? The stun out. They do get the stun, but the three-man dissimulate. This ultimate is absolutely nutty. The Sven doing quite a lot of damage to Positron. He's actually in a lot of trouble. The Glimpse is going to be there, though. And he doesn't have ultimate. The charge is available in 1 second. Will they try to go for it? They will. There is not going to be a single blink, though. But the stun is going to be there. There's no bash. And there's basically 3 hits left on this PL. He's so strong. The charge does get canceled, actually. And now this fan can't blink because of the stupid Thunderstrike. They find Positron once again. They're going to try to go for more. They do get the kill on the Disruptor. And Positron, he's the one. They thought they found the real one, but they didn't. Positron getting the kill. He is godlike. He's chasing all the way. And now the IO gets clipped. I don't think that was the target. The Rubik will die in the backline, probably. Yes, he will. This is an absolute just dogfight. It's not even World War II anymore. And Lacertus, he's gonna get ran down by this Odin. But Quap, he's available. Snowstorm is too. There's no Quap ultimate available either. He doesn't have Blink if he wants to use it, but he does get bashed just to leave. He thought the Isles there with the mech, trying to save him. They did get the kill onto the Odin. They're gonna keep going. Positron will try to run him down. He does have a Blink available. He does go for it. Positron, he's gonna dive tier 3s. He doesn't care. It's 33 minutes. He's completely fine. There is another Blink available, and Positron will probably have to get his way out of there. But 5? I don't know how many people died. As a 5 for 4. Gold definitely on DTDD's side. They get the ultimate out onto the Snowstorm, but Spirit Breaker, he's gonna be the one in trouble. He just pumped the ult, but he does get bashed. Can't do anything about that. Yeah, these are just fights that are happening too long. Now the PL's full health again.
Dyer's historical bottom tower is destroyed.
Yeah, if you don't kill him right away, you just gotta reset, I feel like. Have to accept that nothing's coming of it.
This Sven was doing so much damage too. They just barely couldn't kill him. He doesn't have any way to get rid of his silence or something, or a root. Maybe your Quap wants to look at getting a Lightneer after his BKB, but I mean that 3-man ult from Disruptor. This Disruptor has been playing phenomenally.
You know, they finally did a Tormentor. It feels like they've been allergic to Tormentors all game.
Tormentors are disgusting and they hurt. It's like Tormentors are like eating spicy food. It's supposed to hurt you, but it's good for you if you do it.
Yeah, but like they had access to the one top, and they still could, but they didn't do it when they had the chance to. That could have been an additional 1,400 gold.
I mean, Revamp has his Aghanim Scepter, Aether Lens now. You have Aghanim Scepter on Disruptor, so this BKB isn't even gonna matter. You have Harpoon, 20 charge Desolator with a Bottle DD on Void Spirit. Greaves, Pipe Blink on Darkseer. You have all of the items necessary on DTDD to close this game out, and I want to say the same for DT,
Not
but
the most accurate name.
I can't. There's maybe if you had a negative interceptor on Rubik. But yeah, not right now.
Yeah, definitely not.
I amplify my impact.
Okay, so what's the game plan now? And this is kind of the problem that it's not really a problem. The issue, I guess, problem and issue are the same thing that I alluded to at the start of the draft, which is how do you high ground? Well, I mean, you wait 40 minutes, but you got your Heart Scotty, Sanjin Yasha on your PL. You got everything you need, right?
Yeah. They can uphill now.
I restore my connection to the void.
If Dyer doesn't haul ass and
Bara did charge away.
there's not going to be a tower left.
Yeah, they're ripping apart that tower.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, with the positioning of
And it shows.
Savage Saints, oh, they are going to go in with the BKB on his Fen. They're trying to kill the PL, but I mean, they just walk away. The counter.
Yep, now they can just
So now
wait
you
out.
have no, yeah. Now you just have a God Strength, no God Strength, no BKB. Snowstorm has a different idea though. He's got to try to go in, does get the dissimulate off, but takes 3/4 of his damage. He does have an Aegis, but he could have lost it there for no reason.
I think he was trying to have someone initiate in, but no one was quite ready for it.
Okay, so this Fen goes Silver Edge.
I am not a betting man, unless it's basketball. Football, Radiant's top tower.
They're trying to go in. They do get the ultimate.
I bet on Radiant's
I'll find a Queen of Pain. There's no buyback on them, I believe. So that's gonna be 70 seconds without your mid. There's 40 seconds without your ult on Sven.
their bottom tower is
How do you take this fight?
tower's gone to a tower farm up north.
I don't know, but DTDD are gonna try to show us how. The ult, the wall, the Greaves are gonna be there, but oh my goodness, he just dies. This IO dies as well. They're gonna trace down Zyle.
Yep, GG's called.
Yeah, GG is called eventually, and
Bottom barracks just
Doit, Savage Spirits called GG. Savage Saints, I mean, oh, they did call it.
bringing them to a total of 0 angels.
Yeah, no, they're not griefing, don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, that game went about as well as I thought.
Yeah, the draft just did not look promising at any point. I mean, it was just a matter of well, the Sven definitely couldn't farm nearly as well as the PL could.
I mean, you just look at a guy that has cleave and does literally 100% damage to everything next to it, and a guy that has a Phantom Rush, and the guy with the Phantom Rush won the farming contest. I mean, it was more complex than that,
Oh,
but
of course, but I think when it comes down to it, just the poor itemization, poor timings, they didn't really come together in a lot of these fights. I
No.
think the IO Spirit Breaker first pick was definitely not.
that's not it, Chief.
No.
Please do not do that again. Now, speaking of the IO, I want you to guess how much damage it did.
None. Is 0? Can we go below 0?
We can't. It was above 0, but it was 4 digits.
Holy.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, I don't think any of this is good. Rubik should have had a really good game. There's so many spells that you could steal off of Savage Saints that could turn
Yeah.
fights. A Disruptor ult could change the entire course of a fight, but
A vacuum,
Vacuum,
even
Wall,
track.
any of Void Spirit's abilities, I feel like are
Yeah.
really good. Anything.
But I mean, they just had no answer to PL. Like, the hardest part of PL's game is the lane. And your lane is, and like, they killed him once, but that's not enough.
They didn't even lose lane on Sven. I mean, at worst, they traded, but I feel like it. I don't know.
You just, it was just a problem where they often teams do this, which is they'll draft themselves into the quarter, and they did that.
Yeah.
They picked up this Io and Bara, and then went for this Rubik, and then there was no room for them to maneuver. They picked the Quap into the Disruptor, who owned him the whole game, and then they picked the Sven into the Darkseer, who also owned him the whole game. Like, you have to change your draft. You have to change the way you think about the draft. You have to change a lot of things about your game if you want to pull a strategy like this off. But I mean, Savage Saints, it's one thing to draft well, but it's another to execute. And I mean, they did basically everything and more that you'd want them to.
Yeah, I was very strong draft, very strong gameplay. I didn't see a whole lot of issues when it came down to it. I mean, they played almost perfectly, I'd say. Maybe they
Like,
fed a few times, but
yeah, maybe they didn't make the correct call certain situations, but what's more important is that they did team objectives, they won fights, and nobody on their team died more than 5 times. So
yeah. The feed-in was definitely low.
it was incredibly low. And I mean, the track gold, you could tell how much of an advantage that was giving them. Bounty plus Disruptor just. Now, it easily could have gone the other way around. PL's not a hero that could play from behind. Disruptor is definitely not a support that can play from behind. So this was a win fights early and win the game, or lose fights early and lose the game. Because like, the Sven easily could have gotten out of control, and a Quap easily could have maneuvered themselves around a lot better in these fights, but
No,
BKB timing was incredibly late. And overall, I just feel like the execution on the dually truck diesel drinkers was not exactly what you would want it to be.
I mean, it's like the old saying goes, right? There's a adverb. Kite me once, shame on you. Kite me twice, shame on me. Kite me 3 times, we call GG.
I've never heard that.
Me neither.
Oh, good. This fight could have even built Harpoon, but he didn't.
That's
Harpoon
true.
would
Why?
have been.
Alright.
That's a great question. That it is an item in the game that he really likes.
If I'm not careful, I might head into flame territory, because I was kind of... It was brutal to watch.
It was, there were just a lot of decisions that were being made that I feel like wouldn't have happened if they weren't in that position.
But they also never had... They didn't pick heroes that could recover from mistakes.
No.
They picked 5 heroes that if you lose lane on them, you suffer for the rest of the game.
I mean, Sven may be less so because he can jungle very effectively, but
Yeah, but
everybody else, yes, for sure.
when you have a BH bothering you in jungle, and you have to have your team rotate with Dust so you can get him out of there, I mean...
It's sad. That was, it was pretty sad. I'm sure, second game they're gonna take a look better at their draft. But if I see them pick Aya one more time, I don't know what I would tell them.
Also, special shout out to Riley, sponsoring my people. I didn't get to say it during the match because every time I went to mention it, something was going on.
Yeah, sorry, I talk too much.
No, yeah, I don't talk enough. It's the perfect blend.
Is the perfect blend of my throat hurting and
Your throat hurting and my jaw not working.
true.
With our powers combined, we make one whole caster.
We make a cripple.
Something like that. I don't know what you mean.
I don't know. Yeah, that I mean, you gotta look at it at face value, and at the end of the day, you gotta draft it. What can you do? And not even by a little. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. If the team looks back at the VOD, they got out drafted significantly.
Yeah.
Very rarely will you ever pick a hero first on your team and they actively take away from your team. And that's definitely what happened with the IO.
Like, if you have a game plan, you gotta go cores first, follow up with supports, leave them guessing where you're gonna go with it.
Yeah, I really recommend watching how pro teams, like the way pro teams draft compared to pubs is incredibly different because you can target your bans. So in a lot of pro games when you're watching like the majors or TI, you'll see them like Collapse literally got his Magnus at TI what 8, 9 or TI 10?
TI 10.
Like first phase, like every game, even though they knew like the other team knew it was gonna be pause 3 every game. And they still picked it. Like, you just have to pick your good stuff and make the other team respond. It's just it's worked out in history way too many times for that to be ignored.
And that's honestly, I mean, Savage Saints, as far as I'm aware, you can't outdraft them. They're kind of like how Savage Spirits was when I was on them last season, where you could ban like 4 or 5 of my picks, and I would still have something that would work in any situation. And that same exact scenario functions the same here. But it looks like the game is now started.
Yeah, game 2. DTDD looking to even it up, and Savage Saints looking to show everybody why they're the better team. Are we going to see the Underlord ban again? I feel like there were no good offlaners available in the pool last game. I mean, the Underlord got banned again.
Right
The
away.
Doom was banned. Yeah, Darkseer, which is not a very meta hero at the moment. And the Bara, who is pretty meta, but they do ban Clinks again. I'm wondering if they're going to ban out Revamps heroes to start things off. If they're going to ban the Bounty Hunter, I wouldn't be against that. I feel like Bounty enables a lot.
You do have to be careful, because you're banning these meta picks, you're not even close to hitting any of their comfort heroes.
No, they do ban the Bounty, so...
You know, you leave a Tusk and a Tiny in the pool, that can make Riley a threat from the 4 seat. I've seen it happen so many times.
Tusk is not a meta hero right now, but Tusk players are cold and rigid and don't adapt to change very well and don't care if their hero's good or not.
Oh, it'll be good.
Oh, they pick up Nyx instead.
Yep, there's Nyx.
That is the meta hero. It does also enable Savage Saints to pick Medusa if they wanted to, because now all they have to do is ban AM. So you do have your Nyx, which can flex 4, 5. I've seen it played mid sometimes, 3.
I don't know about 3. I feel like you want something that can pick up auras more genuinely.
Yeah, sure. I'll let me. I mean, you could pick an Undying to do that, but yeah. Okay.
Gyro.
Okay. So by my reaction, you can tell what I think about this.
Yeah, this is a first phase support pick. Not anymore. I don't think Gyro is anywhere as good as he used to be.
Now, I left Dota for 8 months, and I think I left when Gyro was a very good support. So
And he's not
I might not,
bad.
but like you're gonna use your first pick, your first phase to pick up this gyrocopter.
To be fair, Antidotal,
So
it worked for Savage Spirits, because I used to play Gyro for like every other game.
when they have both of their supports,
Yeah, I don't know if you
and
want to show both of them this early.
nope, probably not.
Not, not,
Probably not.
not into a Nyx.
Maybe maybe somebody needs to tell Zyle like some like fundamentals about Dota drafting. Not to say that uh I don't think he's not great at it, but it's always nice to get a refresher from somebody that has done it for a while. It's a very hard drafting is incredibly hard, and there's the Medusa, and now they're gonna ban AM. So yeah, I told you, man. I'm a prophet. Now Savage Saints are gonna be like, what are you gonna do now? What's your
I
answer to
mean, what? So
this?
you ban AMPL Ursa, and then they don't have a response. Is what's about to
Is
happen?
Ursa counter to Medusa?
Not really, but Ursa can make a fight. Ursa can stand against
Yeah, I
Medusa.
guess.
Not really like out damage her.
Now you're just looking at like diffusal carrying carries for DTDD, right?
I mean, if they could get like an Alchemist in, Alchemist kind of fucks over Medusa, but I don't know if they play him.
Alk would pair nicely with Disruptor Gyrocopter also. 'Cause, you just want to run at them, and Disruptor Gyro does help keep people in line, keep people honest. You got Glimpse, you got Rocket, obviously does a lot of damage. The ban the
Darkseer.
Darkseer. They're really targeting this off lane. They've banned all of their bans so far has been directed towards the off lane of Savage Saints. Every single one.
You're not gonna outban, or you're not gonna ban out Odin.
Well, they're trying.
They certainly are.
The problem is they're also banning out their offlane pool. Like, this is why it would have been nicer if they picked up their pause 3,
Yeah,
right?
a Doom pick would have been great here. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah, it would have been really good.
because
I
this
mean, yeah.
the Rupture's gonna get killed every fight before he can throw down any spells.
Yep. Maybe like you go Axe and then you abuse the fact that Medusa has no HP on DTDD and then you try to own the lane with Gyro Axe. It's the only thing I can think of.
It's a lot harder to do that now, though. They buffed her
Yeah,
a
it is.
lot.
And like you just keep getting snaked. Uh yeah. I'm trying to think of other stuff that counters Medusa, but Tango? Offlane?
I mean, kind of.
I don't know if they have a carry that plays Slark, but Slark is like the other carry that does well against Medusa.
I don't think Slardar's all that bad either. Just pummels her to death.
Uh, maybe you want to go like Wind Ranger mid?
Wind
That could be an
Ranger would
option.
absolutely destroy this Medusa.
It's like the other option you can think of. But yeah, I'm gonna be real, Chief. Feels like a lot of the corners are covered. And they pick up Mars, which does absolutely nothing. So
I think it's just another container. Another container for 2 AoE ults.
yeah, that's true.
Because
I guess
now,
if they want to go for more team fight, right?
well, because if they get something like Wind or Alchemist, they're gonna need like this AoE disruption. Because Medusa, I mean, 2 out of these 3 heroes so far don't pick up BKB or any form of like real escape.
Yeah.
Rubik eventually gets a Blink Dagger, but you're gonna be glimpsed back in.
So you're just kind of looking for like a BKB offlane purchasing hero, I guess. Maybe you could go Dawnbreaker and then no, because the heal from Dawn doesn't help Medusa at all.
No.
Just thinking of a counter initiation hero, and then you just stand behind Medusa and wait for them to go on her, and then you reinitiate.
Honestly, I like the Smartest pick a lot more. Now that I'm like looking at it.
I think the hero right now is really weak, but it definitely could work. Another go. Is that Lone Druid 3?
That's gonna be a Lone Druid mid.
I feel like that might die to a lot of what DTDD has, right? But they don't have a good way of killing the bear. The
So
only thing I can think of is when Wind Ranger counters both Medusa and Lone Druid really hard.
this would be a perfect win game.
It's just screaming to me right now.
You don't get blown up by Nyx straight away. I mean, you don't really give good spells to Rubik. This entire team gets blown up by you after you get Ags.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh my goodness gracious sakes. Oh, what
Well,
the fuck?
I like their draft.
What the fuck? Okay. I mean that with no disrespect. Okay. Maybe they still pick Wind.
So, like, I have to wonder what do they see here that made them pick that?
I can answer that for you.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, like, I guess Nyx, like, it's just another, because that's gonna be a carry, obviously.
Oh, the Wind's banned. Alright, so that's... Maybe they just ran under time pressure and didn't consider Wind Ranger at all.
Dually truck Venn diagram strat is undefeated.
I don't know what the Venn
Bless.
diagram strat is. We'll see though. Like Bristol is really bad against Medusa. really bad against Lone Druid.
Really bad against Rubik.
Yeah. If this was a first phase bristle, I would get it. But it's a second phase bristle. Savage Saint's probably bad out Slark here, I think.
Yeah,
I
just
mean, I
give it
don't
the
even know where
last counters.
Bristle's... I don't even know where Bristle's going.
I mean, Bristle has to be the carry. I feel like I
Oh,
think
maybe, yeah.
Bristle mid is like the biggest grief known to man right now.
You could even lane, like, Medusa into it, and then go carry Lone Druid.
Unless that's like a Mars mid?
Maybe. And then he goes crits and eggs build, I guess. Savage Saints are looking for what? They're offlaner right now?
Yeah.
There's like no offlaners available. Underlord is banned. Doom, Darkseer, Slardar is banned. Necro is banned.
This wouldn't
There's
be
still this Death Prophet hero that I said last game.
Death Prophet. I feel like Axe would be okay. This is a target that makes Bristle look at you.
Yeah. You give Medusa easy snake combos.
Oh, so Lone Druid is their 3. Unless Medusa is. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
That's a fantastic question. This is an amazing question, Lottie. I'd get back to you when I find an answer. I'm currently searching through it.
Maybe OD3? Right? You know? They have like 3 heroes that can go in any lane.
This is... It is going to be mid OD.
That's
Carry,
position.
it's offlane Medusa, yeah. And that's going to be mid Mars. Offlane Bristle.
Interesting.
This is some clown fiesta stuff.
I can't believe they're committed the Mars mid knowing that it's no D.
That seems really questionable.
Well,
Yeah, this
people.
This was a decision made by somebody.
You know what? I want to believe. I want to believe that DTDD will take a game. I don't know if they will. I want to believe. I, for one, am a big fan of crack picks.
I'm trying to find the answer, man. If this Mars was a Wind Ranger, I would have so much more faith in them. But I haven't seen a Mars mid in a hot second.
Yeah, it's definitely been months.
So it's just going to be a question of how fat the Slark can get. I think it's literally going to be Slark against the world.
And if I mean, if Slark loses his lane, especially, they're not winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, Slark is really good against Medusa in the mid game. With your eggs, with your shard, you can literally just hit the Medusa for free stacks. You take away her int pool when you hit her. I mean, it's 1 point of int, which is it's 3 point. It's
Heads up, 30 seconds.
1.2 mana per int, right?
Yeah, I think.
So that's so every time he hits, he's taking away like an extra what, 3.6 times 2.2.
Looking to invade for the bot bounty.
Thank God we're starting.
Gonna give it up.
Main event, the big dance.
Yeah, no, they're
The
just
Sport of
gonna
Kings, the
swap
Field
runes.
of Dreams,
I think Sark does like an extra
Field of War- all right.
4 damage or something with his essence shift, which is absolutely nothing. I thought it was gonna be a lot more, but it's something. But yeah, I mean that Daddy Odin is just gonna keep spamming with Mystic Snake, and Sark is gonna cry.
Yeah, until Slark is 6, they can't. This is not a kill lane for them, I believe.
No. But they do have an unprecedented position 5 that will cast spells and do more than 2,000 damage. So
Hopefully.
I mean, it's really hard to do less than 2,000 damage in a 40-minute game. Mid though, I mean, Mars loses to OD straight up, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that's not even a question. It's just a matter of when it happens. Just keep getting your ass rolled when you want to take last hits,
Tower has taken one hell of a beating.
because OD is a good player. Oh, and Bristle Thighs.
What is this? I came here to be tested.
Totally was watching. Yeah, they also just gave Riley his best hero.
Is that Nyx?
That
Or
is Rubik.
Rubik? Yeah. And it's a good Rubik game too. There's a lot of really good spells to take. So, we'll see. Slark is trying to take some mana away from Medusa, but obviously doesn't have the strength for it. But this bottom lane, this Lone Druid, right? Lone Druid up against a Bristleback. Bristle gets level 3, level 2 quells, and Lone Druid is suffering. The bear takes quite a bit of damage. You have a Gyrocopter as well. Seems like it's an okay lane.
Yeah. Eventually it ramps up, but they have to get there first. Marius is actually leading in last hits right now.
It's actually really impressive. I will say the Bristle does have a full magic wand for the spell spamming that's coming out of the Lone Druid. And Shadow French got cliffed.
This keeps happening.
It does. He is gonna get Fate Bolted probably. Oh, but the Blood Grenade comes out. Saves his life. Shadow French is going for the right clicks. I don't know how to say his name in the language that it's presented in. The Rubik. I mean, this mid should not be going this way. Like, he has 18 CS to 11. So, I'm wondering if OD has actually played OD before, or if they just thought that this was a good OD game. Sometimes that does happen.
I believe Snow is like OD player.
Well, then what I just said was very insulting, so I apologize.
I don't Snow. You got this. I don't know how this is happening right now, but I know you're good at this game. You can't fool me.
The Mars did kind of fight that guy off a little bit too much. NOD will get the rune. Meanwhile, Xyle will die, but Positron is in a lot of trouble. The bear's really low. He does feed the bear. He has to resummon it, but if he dies anytime soon, this is going to be really hard for the Lone Druid. Or if this bear dies against, there's a lot of like mini victories happening so far for DTDD. Meanwhile, top Lacertus took a lot of damage.
It's bound to happen.
You get like triple bounced, Mystic Snaked, you're gonna die. Plus Impale. Mind Flare is a good spell, turns out. Don't know if you knew that.
You know, believe it or not, I did.
You know what? I believe that.
I'm very familiar with Nick's. Been playing him a lot.
Dude, Mind Flare is so. That needs to get changed.
Yeah. But, like, it's fun, though, when you're the one using it.
Yeah.
So I don't want them to change it.
I also don't know how it works. I don't know what the bonus damage is, and I don't know what the intelligence multiplier is.
Bonus damage is... Well, Bristleback's about to die.
Yeah, you're right.
One root is all it's gonna take. Not
No,
even.
not even.
Don't look now, but
I don't know.
So for Mind Flare, it does damage based on the intelligence, and it multiplies it. And the bonus damage is any damage that Nyx has done in the last 15 seconds before it's been casted. Which is why it's always the last spell that you use, so...
Right.
You E-Blade, Stun, Dagon, and then Mind Flare. Or you Vendetta...
Yeah.
E-Blade, yeah.
Now, there is a Meteor Hammer finished on the SOD.
Oh, Bristleback TP'd in to die again.
You're right, he did. Oh, but he got he got Positron, though!
Oh.
And he got him first. And I think he got the bear, too.
That is brutal.
I'm checking to see if he got the bear. No, he didn't get the bear, he just got him. That's really bad, actually.
Yeah, but not as bad as Slark already jungling.
Yeah, no, that's really bad. That's really bad.
You can tell Dyer's middle tower is in trouble from the
Oh, Rubik killed the gyrocopter. Okay, so this offlane is falling apart for DTDD, but there's like some upside. I think there's a small problem with their itemization in this lane. They both have magic wands, but Lone Druid does not cast abilities, and oh, I missed that.
I didn't. It was just...
It was just sadness.
Yeah, it was... The, imprisonment into ulti, and then one arcane word sealed the deal.
There is Phylactery finished on Medusa, so that Q does like 300 damage on a 11-second cooldown. Mars is coming top though, and there's no ultimate on Medusa, so she is going to be isolated here, completely alone. There's going to be a rocket coming in from Gyrocopter. Daddy Odin doesn't look like he really cares that much. He's tanking so much. He's got a full stick, full 1-2. He is going to use the stick. And they are going to kill Shadow French probably. The right clicks come out. There's a snake that's going to hit. And now Elusive is going to be the one to follow. Shadow French doesn't actually end up following, but Snowstorm is going to dive underneath the tower. They're trying to right click the missile down and they get it. Disruptor getting chased through the trees. There's going to be vision for Snake probably. There's globes coming out on a Snowstorm. He does have a TP. He's going to use it. And now they get the tower as well. So... clean fight from Savage Saints. And Gyrocopter's also gonna die. Bottom gets rooted by the Mascomandus bear, whose name is Astra Mastra. I don't know what that means.
This is definitely a much different game than how game 1 went. They are deathballing way faster.
They're deathballing a lot faster. Yeah, it's a lot faster and it's not close. Your Bristleback does not yet have a Vanguard at 10 minutes.
Man, Radiant does not like Dire's bottom tower, and it shows.
Oh my goodness, the deny on the shield rune. Snowstorm is going to land the meteor combo. And now the Rubik stole the wrong spell. Rubik now might die. He's going to die. And the rocket's going to come in. Hit onto the Nyx Assassin. Ultimate from Shadow French slowing. The spear is going to connect onto Nyx Assassin. He needs to be careful. He just get clicked down by Mars. Mars really low. Doesn't have anything for him. The meteor hammer is going to drop onto Jaru. Jaru will die. The ultimate comes in down onto him, but a good fight overall, I would say, for DTDD, even though they're going to lose their tier 1 tower bottom.
Bristleback barely lives in that fight. I mean, he might die to this.
He walks into the Lone Druid, probably because he was lonely. And he's going to be fine. But you really need level 6 on this Disruptor, man.
You just need
Disruptor
so
not having
much.
levels. Yeah, you need a blink on the Mars also. Mars doesn't have ult, so he's showing up to this fart. Fart?
Fart?
Oh
Yep.
my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Showing up to this fight with nothing available. And I mean, the net worth is just the story of how the lane went. I mean, it's not looking good. You don't have Diffuse a Blade on your Slark yet. You really can't commit to a fight until you have that.
It's coming up.
It's really late though.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know how they're going to be able to take a fight. Everyone is so far ahead.
I don't know.
I think that gap is about to widen because Snow is coming up with a haste rune. Oh.
I would never recommend walking up high ground with 0 health. They are actually diving tier 2s. Straight up, Snowstorm is diving a tier 2 tower. There's a rocket chasing after him though. It's probably gonna get denied. No, he's fine. Mars is walking into 2 people for no reason and is also gonna die. Now Chicken Polo gets glimpsed. Positron's bear is gonna chase after him. He will end up dying as well. That's a double kill. Xyle TP's trying to kill this this OD, but this OD has been baiting the whole DTDD team for so long, and he dies.
Yeah, this is...
Dire's tower is really taking a beating.
This is going to be a very fast game.
yeah, 7
That's what
camp at
this
13
is.
minutes?
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
to Dire for Dire's bottom tower. Wow, that was
They're not even
I
smoking.
said that. Their bottom tower is in trouble though.
Okay, you do have Slark now. Maybe you pop Arena. Okay, they're gonna try to go after Positron. He does dodge the spear. The rocket is gonna come through with the ultimate. They do end up getting the kill. And they do give it to Slark. So that's a good pick off.
The lead is unwavered, though. They do
That's
not
true.
care.
This Mars needs a blink, and then they need to start smoking and going for pickoffs, I think. And you never go on Medusa. I mean, you might be able to with 4 people, but... You do have Disruptor ultimate now, which is very, very important. So maybe you can start making some plays with that. I mean, you get a silence out onto the Rubik, right? Anything can happen. No Mars Arena, though.
Oh,
They are sort of trying to bait with this Mars, but he's just not tanky enough to do anything, and this pit is just going to keep everybody away. Does have an ultimate, drops it, but there's not going to be any way to keep people in. The Medusa, though, he's the target. He's getting low, does have a wand. Doesn't pop it yet. He's so strong. They buy back onto Mars. The rock comes through. The Slark ults, and the Medusa will die eventually. So they do end up getting that kill. Slark trying to regen in the trees. They are going to go after the Nyx Assassin, it looks like. That's the call. The stun onto 2. The rocket's coming through. He will die. The Pounce does miss, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. Positron coming in with the bear now. They want to kill the bear. Everybody's looking at trying to hit it. The Mars ultimate comes out again now. And Slark, no HP. It does have a leap available if he wants to use it. Leaps down to the low ground. Xyle will be the one falling for this probably. No, he does end up walking up, but the Medusa's back. And Xyle is going to get slowed. Does have phase boots available in 1 second. Tries to juke, dodge, jive, and weave. He's not going to do any of that, though. Good fight, though, for DTDD, but eventually it was a buyback on the Mars that made the fight not so great.
Yeah, once
And now they're
again,
trying to find Slark.
the fight looks okay, but that gold ain't moving.
Well, they just keep going for too much. I feel like they get the kills and then they chase across the river. You can just stay a little bit more patient, I think. As Bristleback decides not to do any of that, he's gonna go forward.
Oh.
Mars gets cliffed. He does have a TP though. He's gonna TP.
Surely that wouldn't happen a second time.
Surely. Slark is going to go in onto the Medusa, probably the worst target to go on. But that's the decision that's being made. The rocket falling. Now they do have Mars ult if they want to use it, and they do. The Odin is the one that is getting caught out, though. I don't know what... Oh, there's 2 ults because Rubik stole it! And now Medusa really low on mana, but it doesn't matter. Lazarus is going to go down. Xyle's going to go down. Shadow French is going to go down also. Snowstorm... Not credited with any of those kills. It's going to be the revamp that gets 2 of them.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
And you can't go on Medusa.
Radiant's bottom tower is a pile of dust and gravel.
I feel like that's just the, you know, it was like Dota #1. Could be mistaken, but
I mean, you gotta realize at some point that it's not worth it.
your 2 towers at this point aren't worth. You just need a blink on your Mars. He's 3rd lowest net worth in the game. Like 3rd lowest net worth. He has a Soul Ring phase boots. And he needs blink BKB.
At this point in the game, I think their best bet is you just kite with Ruptor ult, you kite with Mars ult, and you let Slark kill backline, and then you guys would decide in the moment whether you get out or not, because you can't... Medusa's not your target. OD is not your target.
You can maybe make a case for the Lone Druid, but you need the silence first before you can press true form. If you get that, you have a very strong chance at actually doing something in these fights. But until then, I mean, like, this Mars mid has contributed very little, I think, to some of these fights, and that's just because he's been fighting too much.
Definitely.
I don't even think it's a hero pick.
The team definitely went from, you know, taking the lane slow to just trying to fight 5-man. What feels like an
Really early.
carry.
Yeah. And that's just never gonna work.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking
Even on teams that want to take fights, you still need your core items. Albeit you do have less of them. but like not even having a blink at 20 minutes on a mid Mars is. He's gonna get it now though, or maybe he's sitting on his gold. We'll see what he buys. There's a Pavise on the gyro. I've never seen that before, actually. Okay, Mars is blink now. Okay, so he's committed to the blink. That's good. There's a Echo Saber Diffusal Blade on Slark. That's good.
Nyx is now more of a threat.
Nyx does have Dagon too.
I mean, I did like the draft this game around initially, but I don't know where the damage is going to come from that's going to kill these guys.
I think you just need Slark to get like 30 sacks of Essence Shift.
He's just not that durable.
No. You kind of need, I mean, he's going to go Aghanim Scepter next. I feel like you just need BKBs, and then you just need to hope that you can live through the fights. Do they have a sentry for the Nyx? I don't know, but they do have the oh my gosh, I was gonna say Bloodseeker like 3 times. Bristleback caught out a little bit. There's no sentry. Oh, the arena in. They're gonna go on OD this time, but there's no follow-up. There's literally nothing there.
Yeah, Bristleback still goes down.
He's gonna buy back. Gyro's gonna go down next. A Disruptor, he's trying to get away with the Tumbler's toy. First hit root, of course. Welcome to Dotka. Yeah.
Yeah, 21 minutes, 13k up. This is a fucking
This is a
shellacking.
Yeah, so I feel like the Mars didn't play that correctly, obviously. You gotta wait for them to go on your Bristle like that. See, imagine if you had Arena right now. Arena plus Disruptor alt plus Gyro alt. You actually have a chance then. You gotta, like, make them overcommit on your Bristle before you take a fight.
The draft is definitely in the right place. I agree. I agree that if they just played this better.
They just need to play their draft, not play their game, if that makes sense.
Right.
Sometimes that happens to the best of us, but now they're going to be aware Mars Arena might be up soon, and it is. And Gyro gets first hit. Oh, and now they have the Static Storm onto 2. There's no Mars Arena. Actually, his blink gets canceled, so he can't Arena. He does pop the Arena now, though. There's no follow-up because Slark is farming top. He wanted to give up these racks, and now you give up absolutely all of your ults for 2 lanes of racks. Maybe if that was a fight that everybody was in, you could do something, but now you have to wait another 70 seconds for your ult. Oh, the spear back though onto Lone Druid. He's caught out. A beautiful attempt. And now they're going to try to go onto the Bristleback. He's very tanky. They buy back onto the Mars. Free Daddy Odin is going to pop his ultimate. Slark is going to get stunned up, but the Pounce is going to be there onto the Nyx Assassin. Maybe they overstood their welcome. The ultimate is going to come through. Snowstorm, he's going to get stunned too. He might end up dying, and he is, but he does have the Aegis. This is going to have to try to bounce back, try to get some HP. And now, what's the call? What is going to happen next? Zyle backs up to the high ground. Daddy Odin is going to get hit by a rocket, but there's going to be a blink forward. The Spearback is going to land this time. Lazarus, he wants to kill though. They do get the glimpse onto Odin. Odin running very low on mana. Actually, basically has 0 mana up until this point. They do get the kill onto Zai though. And Daddy Odin will end up walking away. Elusive, he's looking for that blink back though. He gets it! It's not going to be a stun, but it might just be enough. There isn't going to be an imprisonment for OD. He's going to go down. Elusive completely turning on his gameplay right now. He does have an ultimate in 3 seconds though. Blink available in 1. They're going to keep going for more. He says, I want this. No, never mind. I want out. Oh my goodness.
That was a turn.
Okay,
Just goes to show they still got some fight left in them.
let him cook. Let him cook, man.
Courier just bit the bucket.
That was some good stuff. Now imagine if they were even.
Like Radiant's top tower is getting torn down.
Oh, he's
Oh.
looking for
Asbestos.
like a net worth. How differently this game would be going.
A few more fights like that, they could whittle it back down.
Yeah. But again, you have the pressure of the bottom wave just constantly pushing. Slug is gonna have his Agnum Scepter available soon. That's a big power spike for him. No BKB though still. He's a little tankier, which is good. Good for him. OD's queuing up a Hex next. Medusa
Dyer's top tower is
has his Egg and Scepter available. That's going to be very annoying. Probably going to get Shard. And then going on the Medusa is going to be nigh impossible. You basically never glimpse her. Bristleback trying to get the Lotus Orb. Walks a little too far forward though. He's going to get lined up for an Impale.
Ooh, gyro.
He's gonna go down. Gyro ult is gonna be off the mark. Does have shard available. Is gonna get caught up by the stun. Elusive finding the spear back
Oh
on
my God,
Lodger, gets hit by the
again.
sounds. Oh, but he walks forward out of the ultimate, and now the the Medusa ult hitting onto everybody. There's no buybacks. I mean, this is just a case of being two out farmed. There's some very nice plays, but everybody's dying, and this looks like it could be game.
Dyer's top barracks just fell.
Not to be the one that puts the end at the start, but your Slug is using 2 pounces and he's not getting kills onto the Nyx, and now Middleaxe is gone. You just got Megad. It's 26 minutes. Your gyro dies, buys back. Mega creeps are gonna walk down at 27 minutes. The only person that could kill them is Bristle, maybe. And you still have to deal with the impending team of Savage Saints. This game is looking over, isn't it?
Yeah, they're fighting until the end. This is game 2. They don't want to call it. They don't want to call it. I don't blame them.
Yeah, they don't want to call it. I mean, there's literally almost 1,000 gold to lead per minute. They're gonna try to find OD though. He does have the force staff. Oh, okay, they do get the ultimate on him. This is an opening. Lazarus will pop his ultimate as well. The Sonic Storm is gonna wear out though. He doesn't have ultimate. He does have Glover though. He's gonna get out. They do end up killing 2, but now the Megas are in the base and they don't care about anything. Lazarus is gonna get in a lot of trouble. He does end up getting out though. The Mega Creeps forming a wall. They can't get through it, DTDD. They're trying their best. The spear is actually gonna weave through the wickets, and Lazarus trying to find the backline. Next Assassin is gonna be the target. Do they have any way of stopping him? Yes, they do. They're gonna right-click him. Dive the fountain. The ancient is dying to Megas. It's gonna be game.
Is 2-0 for Savage Saints.
Yeah, that was not close. That was actually a lot worse than the second game.
Yeah.
Our first game, I mean.
Oh my God. Are we gonna get a post-game interview from the love of my
Post-game?
life, Riley? Get in here, you beautiful bastard. I'll drag you.
Don't need to drag me. I got perms.
Holy.
So, Riley, can you explain their draft for game 1 and game 2, please?
Their draft?
Yeah, I want your perspective on their draft.
I mean, we had the talk earlier of the IO hero just being bad. I don't know why they picked it. I mean, like the IO Bara, we were kind of anticipating that maybe being like the off lane. IO gives movement speed, Ooga Booga, Bara be fast. Um, I don't know. Like their draft kind of makes sense. I find that the Bara first pick was just like, or second pick, or whatever it was, the first two, it was just super underwhelming, unfortunately for them. But like for the most part, though, their draft kind of makes sense. But like they just didn't really do much with it.
It was literally, I don't. We were saying, well, okay, so they picked Gyro, Mars, Disruptor, and I was like, okay, this is like perfect for a Wind Ranger. This is like great. That would be fucking amazing versus Medusa. Bristleback.
Yeah.
Your team is also roasting the fuck out of you in my chat.
Bro, fucking I was mode mute.
They could.
Yeah, no one knows what's up.
You didn't ban Wind until after they picked Bristle.
Yeah, I was suggesting Wind instead of the Bristle. And I also called the Medusa.
Wait, we're talking game 1 or game 2 here?
Game 2.
Game 2.
So
okay.
game 2, the moment you picked Nyx, I was like, okay, they're gonna pick Medusa, ban AM. Was that the plan going into it, or did you guys think of that after you saw what they were showing?
I don't want to say too much here with our strats and all, but the Medusa, I think from like was kind of just like a spur of the moment. It was just like Odin's like, oh, I want to pick this. We didn't really have like too much game plan going into it. But I think we were probably just gonna end up picking like another snow hero at like early again, but we slammed the Dusa pick, and then obviously you got to protect it, so you bend the PL and the AM, and Jugs. I think their core player probably plays it, or someone on their team probably plays it, but Jugs just a brain dead hero, so and he's good, so you gotta ban him out.
Yeah, it did look like the carry player was the most consistent player on their team, but going into game 1, it's your first game of the season, right? So were there some nerves? Were there some conversations about your expectations for the season, or was it just we're gonna come in, have fun, and get some helps?
I mean, I personally had a little bit of nerves, but it's kind of like I always have like nerves first game of the season. So like you always want it to go well, but like I think we have like a pretty PMA, like a super like relaxed team environment. So like we're literally just like constantly joking around, just like memeing and stuff like that. Like there was a like one point in that game we were like all just like tearing up laughing about like Bristleback. It's super good times.
Yeah.
I'm getting reports that Revamp got you a thunder blanket because you're a dog.
Fucking my team. I hate my team. That's all I gotta say. I'll be looking for looking for team chat in no time.
I always forget to turn off the fucking ads on my goddamn stream because I don't fucking stream anymore.
Yeah. I mean, so like I'm pretty sure this team we played against is like literally just does not belong in Warrior.
I don't think so either.
I think they kind of got screwed over by the like new like way of MMR works and stuff like that. But like, I think like one thing I think our team really is good at is just like fighting in general. So like in that first game, we were like going in a bit, and then they'd just like commit their BKBs and stuff like that, and we would just like immediately back out and just run away. And if like Sven, as soon as his BKB runs it, I'm just glimpsing him, connect fielding him, just making it so that he's just physically cannot play the game. So I think we were just generally better at fighting than they were.
There definitely did appear to be a very large skill difference between your team and theirs. And Lottie and I talked about it before the stream. Just like wondering what bracket better represented them. But, it was a little, sometimes you're just dealt with an uphill hand, and at the end of the day, you gotta perform your best, and
yeah,
sometimes you gotta take really tough O2s and learn from them. And these are the kinds of games that like there's so much learning material that if people just sat down and like learned from them and reviewed them and said, okay, what could we do differently? I definitely feel like game one, the other team had a lot of opportunities to sort of pull back a little bit and regroup and get better item timings. But what would you give them? Like, what piece of advice, single piece of advice, would you give them moving forward in the season?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like they just gotta like generally improve in their drafting and stuff like that, and just like kind of find like 3 to 4 heroes that kind of like they can fit into like any role.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching like the stream like during like draft time because I'm not paying attention to my draft. But like Lottie was like saying our team like we don't have hero pools, like they're like a small lake. So we're kind of like a harder team to ban out. So I feel like you just get better hero pools, be better at drafting, I guess. I feel like if these guys were like in Challenger, I feel like these guys like would definitely be like top 8 team for sure. But like I don't know, like they made some questionable decisions. Like this bristleback was like 1-4 in lane, so I don't know. I feel like they just kind of just got skill diffed.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna. I will say, I do like them. The metal changes are bullshit. I'm gonna use my time to say that. I don't agree with any of them. I think they were fine before, and changing them kind of fucked up. Especially going into new patch, I think it just fucked up so many teams. And I just have the worst feeling that this season it's just going to be a lot of this.
oh, probably yeah.
Were there changes with the metal calculator going into the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, that and just like everyone's like MMR is like inflated. So like I think my team's MMR is like other than fucking Snow. Snow is not an ancient player. Snow sucks. But like I feel like my team is like relatively like in a good spot. Like we're kind of like all around like this if not better like what our metal show, especially Positron. Positron's unreal at this fucking game. This guy should not be Legend 1.
Like just incredibly
But
value.
yeah, I mean he's an EU player, so he's an EU Legend 1.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, but
Wow,
Positron's dope.
way to game the system.
I'm racist.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Absolute imbecile. EU
Oh.
players.
True. I think we have a pretty solid team. We play together like a bunch, so like we've been like very much so gelling together well, and just like getting in as many games as possible with each other.
Racist casters. You're goddamn right, and don't you forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, my experience with your guys' team too, like, I think Tilton is like there can be tilt very easily on one hand, but on the other, when you guys work, you work. Like it clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very important because that'll pull you through a lot of these games regardless of how you draft or how you itemize or how bad you can fuck up a game, you could probably pull it out.
What was the first TI that OG won?
I don't know.
TI8. TI8, yeah.
OG going into TI8 did something that no other team did, which was hire a psychologist. They hired a team psychologist to help them sort of like get through some of their games during TI, and then they went back to back TIs.
God, I'm
So,
a
like,
psychologist for my normal cases.
The mental game in Dota is so important. Not just for like how you're feeling about the game, but also in your decision making. When you're tilted out of your fucking mind, you just play worse. Period. Like, you
Yeah.
just make worse decisions. So, you know, one of the bigger things that you could do is if you're a lot more positive and you're just having fun and you're playing stuff you like, and even if you're playing a team that's better than you, and you have that kind of mindset, you will win more games than you lose with that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe it could be a lesson for both of you guys, where the tilt is temporary, but the game is forever, right?
That's not
Like
true.
you can't take it. You can't just take out an eraser to the whiteboard and say, "Oh, we didn't get O2'd. It was a 1-1." Like that doesn't happen. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta like reset and be like, "Yo, why am I tilted right now? I want to win."
I mean,
Right?
that's definitely a way to look at it. But also, have you considered being angry and then winning a game because
You know
you're
what?
so angry?
Fuck you, Lottie. That's what I think about that.
All right.
Yeah. I think our team is very good at like communicating with each other and like kind of like talking about like what we're wanting to do throughout the game. So
Mhm.
like games are just like super easy to like navigate and everything. Like our team is very vocal with each other while we're playing, constantly communicating. So I think we're kind of like going from being like joking and stuff like that and like laughing, having a good time to like being like serious and focused on the game and like trying to figure out what's the best course of action to take.
Now, I do have one more question. This is gonna be my last one. What do you guys feel? What do you feel like your team's core identity is? There are a lot of teams that have like I call them identities, which is just like how they play differently from other teams. Some teams are like old, like classic Chinese Dota, where they get an advantage and then they take the whole map and then they farm for like 20 minutes and then they win the game. Some teams are like South America Dota, fight, 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 go, 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 go. And some teams are like Europe, which are just like really solid, doing some weird stuff, but just have like outplaying you in individual moments. What would you guys say your core identity is, no matter the draft?
That's a good question actually. Shit. Uh I don't know if we really have like necessarily like a core like identity really. Like the only thing we've really like talked about like being like at least like I said this when we were talking about like the season. I was saying that like if people are just gonna be better than us like MMR wise, then we should just be better at fighting because like no like one thing. So when I was last season on Team UMF with my two brothers and two friends, I found that there's a lot of the time the people were um, teams were typically better than us, but we just had like the ability to just fight better. I don't, and it wasn't even like something we like truly focused on. We were just able to just do it naturally, especially because like me and my brothers have like literally thousands of games together. Like my brother Josh, I have like 3,000 plus games of Dota with him. So you just kind of just like understand better and are just able to like execute things and like kind of understand what people are doing in a like certain scenario when things are all crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and like we're kind of like that way in this team as well, is we're kind of like we kind of understand what's going on. Other than Snow, Snow's kind of just out and about. He's either like backing away when he shouldn't, or he's just balls deep and we're all running away. And then Snow's like, I hate my team. Oh, what's happening? And yeah,
That's true, and it is your guys' fault. Whatever Snow says.
True.
true. That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've me and Revamp, we're kind of just the best supports in the league. I'm gonna say it now. Fuck everyone that says otherwise. And yeah,
Feels.
best support
Alright,
duo and
clip it, clip it, clip it.
best support duo and
Get
without
that
me and
clip.
Revamp, this team falls apart. That's just facts.
I don't know. I held your team together pretty well.
That's true. Yeah, Odin's expendable. We had Lottie stand in for us in a scrim. We still won. So I think it's like me, Positron, and Revamp are the only people you can't really get rid of. So
That is so brutal. Jesus fucking Christ.
but I also love my team, so I wouldn't change any of them. I love everyone. So I think we'll be a good team to watch. I'm gonna keep practicing, keep scrimming, and just hopefully get better. Do the Savage Orc proud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Benny. I don't know if he won his game, but if he didn't, boy does he look fucking goofy right now when you guys slammed like that.
Yeah, yeah. We don't really know what happened in that game too. It was just we were killing people. All of a sudden, we were roaching at 18 minutes and just winning.
Yeah, game two was not so much a game as much as it was an experience.
Yeah.
I'll put it like that.
I also took it pretty personal when they picked the disruptor, trying to show me up. That's why I wanted the Rubik.
I don't think they did. That's honest take. No, but seriously, I really hope that DTDD look at those games and like actually look at them, because there's so much content that like there were so many times they just went in and shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And even you guys, there were some learning moments I felt. Not in game two. Game two was just whatever. But in game one, there were some moments where your PL got really low, like close to dying. Didn't die because he's PL and has doppelganger, which is broken in every sense. But you know, definitely played to his limits. In situations where maybe that was the best, but
I think
One thing that Snow's good at, I think Snow's pretty good at like going over a game, and Snow's like pretty knowledgeable. He's been playing the game for a long time and has a lot of like comp experience, so he'll probably end up going over the games and like will kind of dummy down and explain things like how it should have been done. So
yeah.
I think with DTDD, they're going to be a formidable foe by the end of playoffs.
Well, so I don't know how exactly true it is, but from what I gathered from talking with the team, is they're like all over the place in terms of their roles. So I think what they need to do is just
Like abuse that.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's like you can go like crazy with it, but like at the same time though, it's like they're not really like picking like any like heroes that are like wow shock or like oh my god like how could we draft against these guys? Like they're picking these fucking mediocre at best heroes. Like I don't think Mars is a hero this patch. I don't know how good Gyro is. Like I don't know.
Hey, you know
Like
what? You know what? I will say, DTDD. If you need a coach that's like Owie but like worse, you know, I can definitely do something.
Isn't that like 99% of players?
No. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the best.
I personally would think if I was on this team, I would want to have people playing consistent roles. That way you can be practicing like specific heroes and like you can have like a better idea of like how to go into the game. Because like from basically the way from like the way like we've talked about it, is this team kind of just picks heroes and then they just like say like, oh fuck it, like you know I'm Dial, I'm gonna play Bristleback this game, even though like I could be playing like I should be like playing support like he did in the first game. I'm pretty sure. So like we, yeah. Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. But you know, just to take that point, it's like what the frick was I gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought. Cool. Continue.
Yeah. Like the only like consistent thing, or like the only thing we really changed in our team is like the occasional hero where like me and Revamp will like switch up. So like if I'm like Rubik's in the game, I'll probably end up playing a 4 for this game. I just fucking play 5. Like there's this hero I'll play in the 4 role and you'll play in the 5 role. But like I don't know, like the entire team is kind of flexible and what role they're gonna play. I think is going to be something that like on paper is going to be good, but in reality, I think will be like the downfall of you.
Hey, Riley, could you jump out and jump back in real quick?
Sure.
He doesn't want you here. There you go. Oh, hello.
Right.
Hello. Bonjour monsieur, comment ça va?
Ça va bien, tu?
Ça va bien aussi.
Alright, so we're ending stream because
Canada.
yeah, we're ending stream. Discord's breaking up, and I don't know how to fix it. So
I love my team. I think I recorded both those games with our comms. I think with some free time, I might end up making like some some spirit content. Have like a bit of like behind the scenes like our comms and stuff like that or playing.
okay, I'm cutting stream off. Alright. Good cast, good games, good night.
Thank